Nei, te iwi e whātau ki muri ka mauheretia te toko whā o te Urewera I raro I te whakapae whakatuatea. Hei te rā tū o te wiki e takoto ake nei, ka tau te whiu a te karauna ki runga I a rātau mo te maupū. Mo te tokorua no Parihaka, ko te hokinga ki te kōti, he hokinga anō ki mui te tirohanga a te Marae. Nā reira, ko ai tēnei tokorua kei te mura o te ahi. Kei a Aroaro Tamati tēnei pūrongo motuhake no Parihaka.
Kāre tātou I te āta mōio ki te tokorua nei, kia Emily raua ko Oz. E kano I kitea I runga pauka o kāta. I āta kōrero ia e te unga pāpā o. Engari, e kokonga ngākau, kaore I kitea. E tokorua kē e nei, I tō rāua kāinga I tua wenua nei, I te papakainga taueke o Parihaka.
Well, I guess Emily and I are pretty private people. We live a pretty simple life here at Parihaka. We care about issues, environmental issues, social justice issues, and that's why we speak up. It's never about me. It's never about us. It's always about the kaupapa for us. So doing media work, we struggle with that because often the media turns it into, rather about the issue, it becomes about the person.
Nō reira, ko wai kē te tokorua nei, nō whea rāua. E aha e kai ngā kautia ana, e whae a rawati ana hoki e rāua. I whānau mai a Emily Felicity Tuhiao Bailey, I te whanganui ātara, I te tau 1949 māwhitu. Ko Emily tētahi o ngā tamariki toko ono, a rongo maira rāua ko Jill Bailey. Ko te atiawa, ko taranaki o nā iwi.
Oh, I had a good childhood, I reckon. We lived up on the hill, so our house was surrounded by the bush. So we played a lot of time in the bush and with our neighbours. And just did normal kid things, went to school. We had a strong connection to the bush because that was our playground. And I remember my parents taking us to protests for Save Lake Manapōuri and stuff when we were little. I didn't really understand that stuff then, but I guess it stuck with me over the years. We used to go collecting for this and that organisation and join Forest and Bird and those kind of things.
No te mutunga o ona taukura, I oti a Emily tētahi tohu paitahi pūtaiao ki te whare wānanga o Wikitoria. Kātai ka tautoko ia I ngā kaupapa porotū mo te taiao.
I guess it was the hikoi in 2004 which just, I don't know, suddenly made me really think big and hard about who I am and what's important.
No hui te rangi a Oz Signa. I heke mai a Oz I ngā maunga tito ea o hui te rangi ki te rāwhiti. A ka whakapapa atu ia ki ona tūpuna I reira I ngā tau 1500. Ko Oz rawa ko tōna tuaine, ngā tamariki o Suzanne rawa ko Hans-Georg Signa. Ko Oz te mātāmua.
I really was a city kid and grew up in a very political family, with my mum being a city councillor for the Social Democratic Party in our town, and my dad heavily involved in education issues and constitutional issues back home. So politics in our family was always around. We always discussed politics at the dinner table. From a very young age, I read the newspaper, discussed the work my mum was doing in Parliament. So I guess progressive ideas, left-wing politics were always part of our family.
I te tau rua mano, I tōna tau te kaumā ono, I aere mai a Oz ki Aotearoa, ako ai, hei tauira whakawhiti ao. I kuraina ia ki te kura tuarua o Awatapu, ki te papai o ea. No te mutunga o te tau, hoki atu ai a Oz ki te kāinga tupu. Engari I wakataungia eia, kia oki mai anō ki Aotearoa, whai atu ai I tētai to'u paitai puoro ki te ware wānanga o Wikitoria.
My early time in New Zealand was sort of both music and politics, and then over time politics became more and more important to me while I studied music at Victoria University in Wellington. So I started incorporating my political views and ideas into my music. So I started writing music, reflecting on political issues in New Zealand and the world. So both those things are a big part of who I am.
Ko Emily rawa ko Oz era, he kano I kitea I wainga nui I te unga e poro tuana kia tiakina a papatuanuku me te taiao. He pērā I te wakatū I te rōpū Climate Justice Taranaki. Engari, he hōkai nui rawa atu tērā I te whawhai mo te taiao, ki te whawhai mo te whakatuma-tuma whakamataku noara.
You know, they try the terror laws and that doesn't work, and they try these laws and those, and then they end up with this little thing. And I mean, it's all just about trying to keep Marae in their box and not let us do what we want on our own land and remind us who's in charge.
The police failed with this terror case. You know, there's no terror. There was never a terrorism case at the end of the day because no one was ever charged under the Terrorism Suppression Act. Now they've failed to convict us as being part of a criminal group. You know, it's a police failure.
Ahakoa ngā taumaatanga o te hāmene a ngā pariimana me te kōti matua. I te tau 2010, I oti I a Emily rawa ko Oz, me whakawhānau pēpi tonu.
Some people might say that it's mad to have a baby while you're waiting for a court case like that, but you know, what we said at the end of the day was that we're not going to have it determined by the state when we have babies or not. So we decided this is the right time for us to have a baby, and we're so glad that we did, because he lightens up our lives every day.
Ever since I was a kid, I always wanted to move back to Taranaki, because that's where my dad and his family is from, and so it always felt like this is where I should end up one day. And I guess the raise just made me go, oh, stop wasting time and just go there now.
And at the same time, it was like we wanted to move into a community and live in a community setting where people actually care about each other. The support has been very humbling from the community for us.
Just people understanding us, where we're coming from, and just, I don't know, reassuring us that no, we're not terrorists or criminals.
Yeah, we were lucky that the community gave us some support in these difficult times for us as a family.
Nā te kaapā o I te wakawākanga a te kōti I te toko whānei, kua kaha puta te rongo o Emily rawa ko Oz ki te motu wānui. Ohorere tonu ana rāua ki tērā āhuatanga.
I guess it was strange when we got back from Auckland. People were like, oh, he looked so sad and so scared, and then on the cameras in court, and it's like, well, we had the cameras on us 24/7, and they only would show these little shots where we looked, you know, a certain way that the media wanted us to be seen. And so I guess we just wanted to show, you know, our friends and family that, you know, we're okay, and that's not who we are, those little tiny snippets.
It is strange to be in this, you know, public profile position. You know, Tame is used to it. He's done it for decades. Whereas for us, you know, we just live our simple life in Parihaka. But with this trial, it's just been all on. So being recognised as at a fish and chip shop, it's like, where's the world coming to?
It's really weird. Somewhere or other, the police are always going to be harassing if we're activists.
I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to still be sitting here talking about this case in 5 years' time. And in a way, it's also that I've come to believe that the process itself is the punishment for us. You know, it's not even about creating justice or anything like that anymore. It's just dragging it out for as long as it possibly can.